Well proportioned stop. Coburg wins the RBC Cup!
Well, this is the OJ Today. What's up, everyone? I'm Bastyovanszky. So awesome to have you on board for this week's program. And tons to cover today. Game 4 on the CHCH Game of the Week schedule was broadcast coast to coast across Canada last weekend, and it featured two of the league's most bitter rivals. Now, just a few kilometers separate Oakville and Georgetown. Over the years, these two squads have had some epic encounters, often with a pretty nasty edge to them, and the two clubs squared off once again last Saturday. Highlights in the segment are brought to you by Instat. Instat is the official analytics supplier to the OJHL, and this is a rivalry that goes back decades. They kept it clean in this one, but it was still intense and hard. Case in point, first period, Reese Chittenden of the Raiders gets crushed by Evan Pringle, but the juice was worth the squeeze as he gets it to go, and 1-0 Raiders was your score at the break. Second stanza, Georgetown on the power play. Now Chris Ishmael can't put home the first chance, but guess who can? Reese with his second of the day, and the Raiders were up 2-0 at that point. But then
Raiders debut. Nicky has that one taken away. Chase Stretch-a-Luck in on a breakaway for Oakville, and he scores!
Stretch-a-Luck getting the home side on the board. They cut the deficit to a single goal, but Georgetown puts it away for good in the third. Great play. Eric Russell back for Owen Holmes, who goes bottle hunting, ripping it top shelf. Both teams would tally once after that, so it would remain a 2-goal difference in the end as Georgetown takes this edition of the Battle of Halton region, taking down the Blades 4-2 at 16 Mile Arena. Okay, another couple of bitter rivals squaring off. Trenton visiting Wellington at the Duke Dome, and Wellington trying to catch the Hawks for first place in the East. They hit first. Corbin Roach, too strong. He flexes some muscle and makes it 1-0 for the Dukes of Wellington, and they would add to it just 32 seconds later. Will Mitchell sticks with it out front and makes it 2-0 for the home side, and they were on fire in the first. Power play now, Barrett Joint redirects the point shot, and the Dukes cruising up 3-0 after one. Now Trenton would close the gap in the second. Aiden McIntosh there to bang home the rebound, and the Hawks cut that deficit in half. And then midway through the frame, Devin Morrow gets them even closer as he cleans up the garbage in front and makes it a 1-goal game. Alas, that is as good as it would get for Trenton as Wellington gains 2 huge points on them in the chase for first place. Okay, this was another Titanic tilt. The Junior Canadians could overtake North York for first in the South with a win. They draw first blood. Bad luck for the Rangers, though. Take another look at it. James Gray makes the stop. It goes in off teammate Nick Cordero, though. Ouch. But North York responds. Anthony Piccacino, ooh, sweet. Upstairs. Rips that baby on Selby Warren to square the affair. It's 1-1. But the JRCs retake the lead before the break. Sloppiness by the Rangers again. Cooper Bertrand, ever the opportunist, scores. Third period now, Rangers trailing by a goal. Daniel Petracchia ties it up. That makes it 3-3, but the Canadians would ultimately take it. Gray makes the big stop on Ben Loretto, but Ben Van Watershoot, playing hero for the JRCs. They win it and have now overtaken North York for first in the South, and that will be fascinating to watch down the stretch. Okay, players, got to listen up. If you think you've got what it takes to play in the OJ, here you go. The OJHL Combine is your chance to strut your stuff in front of all 22 league clubs. It is the 5th annual Combine taking place between April 21st and 24th at the Wave Sports Center in Burlington. There are spots for 132 players. You're guaranteed 3 games with real-time scoring, and OJHLcombines.ca is where you go to register for the events. Performers of the Week now brought to you by Warrior. Warrior, the official hard goods supplier to the OJHL. And man, goalie Carter Talk had an insane week for the Milton Menace. 2-0 and 2 shutouts as well for the boys in black and gray. And Carter's just been unreal since getting picked up by the Menace. And then Emmett Pierce, El Capitan for the Wellington Dukes, is your offensive player or skater of the week, I should say. 5 points in 3 games for Emmett, who's been outstanding for the Dukes as he currently leads Wellington in scoring. Hey, welcome back to the OJ Today, everybody. You know, the Milton Menace just continue to impress, and it wouldn't even be fair to call these guys upstarts anymore. The Menace have been absolutely dominant over the last 2 months of play, and heading into their game last weekend, they'd won 12 of their last 15 contests. They were looking to keep the hot play going against Georgetown. Highlights now brought to you by Clean Quip, the official disinfectant supplier to the OJHL. And Milton has just been on a tear lately, and they impressed again in this one. First period, Holden Rogers cleans up the garbage out front right there, and it is 1-0 for the Miltonians. In the second, we had one of the saves of the year so far.
Ishmael cuts in at the line. He's going to pass it across. Golovachev down low. Center shot. Oh! What a stop! Carter Talk flashes the leather. What an absolutely unbelievable save!
Yeah, and I love this. Even the Raiders player he stopped gives him a little tap on the pads right there. Respect. And in the third, leading 2-0 now, Jordan Stock puts it completely out of reach. That makes it 3-0. That is how this one ended up. So Milton has now pulled to within 5 points of Burlington for first place in the U.S. Division. They are on fire. We head back out east now, Coburg and Wellington. Thanks to our great friends at Your TV, Quinty, for the awesome footage, by the way. Down 1-0 in the first, the OJ's offensive player of the week, Emmett Pierce, continues to light the lamp. He ties it up 1-1, and the Dukes would take the lead right here. Beautiful work by David Campbell. He draws the attention. Nobody covers Barrett Joint out front, who has never been happier to be all by his lonesome. He makes it 2-1 Dukes. That lead did not last long, though. George Courtier is crushing the one-timer. That makes it 2-2. Both teams would add one more goal, so this one needed overtime.
Pass to Brugdenhill, spins away from his man, and it passes into the middle. It's intercepted now, a foot race for it. Dunsmore comes out of his net. It's Bastyovanszky scores! Oh my goodness, what an end to this one. Brugdenhill, a costly mistake.
Charlie Fonseca getting the job done for Coburg. Do not count them out in the East. They are now tied with Haliburton County for third. Okay, a Northwest matchup, Oakville taking on Collingwood. The Blades get off to a great start in the first. Andrew Brown, the power play marker right there, making it 1-0 Oakville. And then
comes out to Cook off the heel of his stick, and now it's a race for it. Zabaski has a bit of a breakaway. Zabaski, wrist shot, scores!
Mason Zaleski gives the Blades a 2-goal cushion. Second stanza, the Blues get on the board. Lovely stick handing here by Aiden Dooley. His shot is stopped. Dylan Hudson, Johnny on the spot. He makes it 2-1. Oakville's rookie Zach Weigel, he's been having a great season, though. He gets a bit of puck luck here as he panks it off a Blues skate and in. They all count the same. 11 goals on the season now for Zach. The teams would trade goals in the third, and the Blades hold on for the 4-2 road win. The Patriots were in North York to take on the Rangers, and an upset was a brewing. Midway through the first period, you will see what I'm talking about here as McKay Hayes will draw first blood for the Pats right there. 1-0. NYR evens it up, though. Zach Offhoven spins off his man, finds some daylight, and 1-1. It was after 20 minutes of play. The Pats retake the lead in the second, though. Jonathan Mead, you will see this again in the plays of the week. The Palmolive dish soap soft hands. And the Patriots are up 2-1. Now again, the Rangers respond, though. Sean Clark, a wrist shot Wendell Clark would be proud of for your slightly older generation Leaf fans out there like me. 2-2. But I said an upset was brewing. Here you go. The Rangers sloppy in their own end. Joseph Martino, the game winner for the Pats. And yeah, North York dropped 2 crucial games last weekend. That one really stung though. The Pats 28 points below them in the standings. Okay, alumni news for you, and Zach Ewens, former star for the Wellington Dukes. He's having a great season with the Merrimack Warriors. He was named Hockey East Defender of the Week, and of course he starred with the Dukes back from 2017 to 2019. Way to go, Zach. Yeah, the latest CJHL rankings came out. 4 OJ teams in the top 20. Burlington, Pickering, the Toronto Junior Canadians, Trenton Golden Hawks, and 2 honorable mentions as well, with the Milton Menace and North York getting those nods. And just a reminder, for all your OJ needs, head to the league website, OJHL.ca, where you've got the standings, up-to-date statistics, and also great stories by OJHL feature writers like our own Ron Valentine.
Look at this kid go. Was that any good? They score! What a goal! Oh my! Crunched him to the ice! What a hit right in your living room!
They're scored with that any guy. Oh, roll the highlight film.
He shoots! Oh, what a save! Oh my heavens! 2 seconds ago for the score! Oh my! Oh my! Oh my!
Hey, welcome back to the OJ Today, everybody. Joining me today for the studio chat to discuss what's been going on in the league over the past couple of weeks is the play-by-play man for the Markham Royals, Joe Montezano. Joe, long time no see. How you doing, buddy?
Things are good. Always good seeing you as well, Alex.
Awesome to have you back on. It's the first time actually since I think the COVID break in January, so great to see you again. And we're just going to go division by division today and break everything down. Let's start off in the North. And Joe, for much of the season, I still feel like the Pickering Panthers flew under the radar for a lot of people, despite being as good as they were. They fly under the radar no more. They are getting national attention. They were in the latest CJHL top 20 rankings. Talk to us about Pickering and that North Division.
Panthers are the best team in the North Division, hands down. Collingwood is right behind them, too. And I think Collingwood is going to have a good end to the season. But with the Panthers, they were unfairly looked down on, and now they're showing their strength. They've always been a good team for the last 2 years, and this is not surprising, and they deserve to be nationally ranked. Good goaltending, good forwards, good defense. It's a formula win. And also in the North Division, Aurora and Collingwood are fighting for that second place for home ice advantage. And then everyone knows who's going to make the playoffs on the bottom there. We know that there's no crossover between the West and North. So Stouffville and Markham are in a fierce battle to make the playoffs to play Pickering in the first round.
On to the West Division, Joe. The Burlington Cougars continue to lead the way, but we mentioned before on the show, man, Milton is looking extremely good this season. Another club I feel like that flew under the radar for a bit, but is now getting a ton of attention. They have looked really, really good, but of course the West is really strong, top to bottom this year. Still, tell us more about the division.
You want a Joe Montezano hot take? Here's one. Milton will finish first in the West Division by the end of the season. And that is a hot take, but they're only 5 points behind Burlington at the time of this recording. And they are moving and mowing along. And they have a pretty good schedule that they can definitely do it. I think Milton, definitely you have to look out for them. Burlington, what can I say with them? They've been doing it all year. And then we're going to have Brantford, Oakville, and Georgetown, who are fighting it out for 2 playoff spots. So a team that's going to finish probably with more than 50 points in the West Division won't make the playoffs. And a team that's going to finish not with 30 points is going to make the playoffs in the North. So very interesting stuff.
Well, the East, of course, is another division that's been very strong, top to bottom this season. Trenton still leading the way right now, but they have got Haliburton and Wellington in hot pursuit. And we can't even count out the Coburg Cougars as well, who have looked good lately. Tell us about the East.
I think Trenton and Wellington are going to battle it over first and second just because of the way the points are structured right now. But however, if Halliburton and Coburg continue to do what they're doing, they're definitely might make it very interesting on Wellington for second place. And Wellington might not have home ice advantage in the first round. I don't want to say Trenton's got a secured first place, but it's going to be close. But I think they're on their way of doing it. Lindsay may make the playoffs. They might have to play the play-in game against the South. I think, unfortunately, they dropped off quite a bit since their play at the beginning of the year. But Halliburton County, what about them? What a team. They're definitely going to make some big noise in the playoffs.
Okay, last but not least, Joe, the South Division, which has just been crazy. The three-headed monster of the North York Rangers, the Toronto Junior Canadiens, the St. Mike's Buzzers, who've been duking it out all season long. It's been hugely entertaining for the fans, as we've discussed before, but just talk about that race in the South.
The South Division has been fun. Honest to goodness, it's been a fun division. One day North York's ahead of the JRC. Next day, JRC said, "No, it's my turn." And St. Mike's just said, "Hey, we're still here. Don't forget about us. Don't forget about our playoff streak. We're going to keep that going because we got an X beside our names." So, I mean, you definitely don't want to play St. Mike's in the playoffs. I know that's why North York's going to try their best to catch the JRC. But I said it before. I think I said the first episode of OJ Today. They are the best team in the league, and they're the team to beat. They are my favorite to win the Buck.
One more question about the South Division before we wrap things up, Joe. And St. Mike's and the Toronto Junior Canadiens went toe-to-toe last weekend. That matchup was highly anticipated. Two teams that were tied for second place in the South. At the time, it was supposed to be a clash of the Titans. The Junior Canadiens smoked the Buzzers 9-0. I did a double take when I saw the final score in that one. Wanted to get your take. What happened in that game to St. Mike's, Joe?
I'm a little shocked by it. I'll say I'm shocked by it because St. Mike's is a very good hockey team. However, like I said moments ago, JRC are the best team in the OJHL. That's my opinion. And they're the team to beat. And they just said, "I'm going to flex my muscles and beat you guys hard today." And they did. Say it today and I'll say it again. They win the Buck.
Love getting your take on things, buddy. Always love having you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time. Keep up the great work with Fedora Films, and we will see you later on in the season. Take care, buddy.
Thanks, man. I'm waiting for my Twitter to blow up now.
Hey, welcome back to the program, everyone. You know, the Toronto Junior Canadiens might just have the most terrifying offense in the Ontario Junior Hockey League this season. 2 weeks ago, the JRCs went 3-0, outscoring their opponents 23-1. Yes, you heard that correctly, 23-1. They've got two players in the OJ's top 5 scorers, and they were looking to keep those hot sticks going against Coburg last week. Highlights in this segment are brought to you by Warrior. Warrior is the official hard goods supplier to the OJHL. And this was one of the games of the week, actually. We pick it up in the third period now. JRC's leading 3-1 when Eric Vitale's backhander makes it a 4-1 lead for Toronto. All done, right? Nope. Cue the comeback. Jacob Morier gets it going for the Cats. That little tip makes it 4-2. That stayed that way until the 16:35 mark. Jacob Gilbert with an absolute beauty to pull the Cougars to within 1. They were feeling it. All right. And Coburg, and then
shot, whistled wide, defense second again, cross ice pass to Krateris, fires a score! Cougars tie! Cougars tie! Cougars tie!
Callaway Mercer ties it up with 45 seconds left. This one needed overtime.
Fedek, he can go. Fedek leads the charge down the wing. Fedek looking to win the game. Score! Fedek wins it in overtime. A short-handed goal.
So the JRCs pull it off in the end, but they did it the hard way. Kudos to Coburg for the awesome comeback there and getting a point. Okay, so Burlington and Markham to take on the Royals, and they showed off their muscle on this one. Too strong. Jack Richard opening the scoring for the Cats in the first period right there, 1-0. And 2 minutes later, it's Richard again from Matt Zebedee this time, and 2-0 for the Cougars of Burlington. Still in the first, Thomas Lennart, way too much time and space here. He bulges the twine, and it got progressively worse from there. Milton, hot on its heels at the moment, but Burlington needed a win big time. They got it. Markham fared much better against Pickering on Sunday. They were a heck of a lot more competitive anyway. The home side opens the scoring. Cole Cooksey strikes first to make it 1-0. No more scoring until the third frame. Dustin Hutton, the quick shot that fools the keeper. That tied it. This one also needed overtime to decide things, and the Cats pull it out. Matthew Altamari with the winner as Pickering manages to hold off the Royals. 2-1, your final score in this one. Okay, league leaders now, brought to you by NutriFarms. NutriFarms is the official sponsor of the OJHL's championship series, and in the top 5, Brad Summers has retaken the first place lead over Dalton Bancroft. Teammates Matthew Wild and Tyler Fukakusa of the JRCs tied in third, and Matt Zebedee rounds out your top 5 from Burlington. Standings in the Southeast, look at the South. The JRCs, North York, and St. Mike's have all sewn up playoff spots, while out east, Trenton continues to lead the way. Halliburton hot on its heels. In the Northwest, Pickering, Collingwood, Aurora have all clinched spots in the North. In the West, as we mentioned, Milton hot on the heels of Burlington now. Just 5 points separate those two clubs. Plays of the week now brought to you by Troy Apparel. Troy is the official apparel provider to the Ontario Junior Hockey League.
Plays it ahead for Russell. Eric Russell plays it in front. Holmes scores! What's up, Holmes? Long range speeds in ahead. Corbin Roach might have a break. Roach held up by Stankus. No drives to that, scores! Corbin Roach.
Into the glass, but away come the Rangers. Back the other way. Piccinino in. That shot scores. And the Rangers have equalized it.
Now Pierce does, and he's barreling his way in. He's got an excellent shot. Watch for him to do something here. Scores! Emmett Pierce, as we've seen him do so many times.
By Farrow, hit a skate and a breakaway chance here for Jonathan Meaden on Westman and scores.
It's intercepted now, a foot race for it. Dunsmore comes out of his net. It's Stefanescu scores! Oh my goodness, what an end to this one.
Rangers win the draw and a pass ahead for Sean Clarkin. Scores! What a shot by Clark.
Dump first, fires a shot. Whistled wide. Defense second again. Cross ice pass to Contreras. Fires a score! Cougars tie! Cougars tie! Cougars tie! And go. Fedek leads the charge down the wing. Fedek looking to win the game. Score! Fedek wins it in overtime. A short-handed goal.
Turpin got the roughing call. Ishmael cuts in at the line. He's going to pass it across. Golovachev down low. Center shot. Oh! What a stop! Carter Todd flashes the leather. What an absolutely unbelievable save!
And that is going to wrap things up for this week's program. But just a reminder that all through the regular season and the playoffs, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the Ontario Junior Hockey League, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.